cruises are a genuinely good value. They are also not all-inclusive, and the cruise lines have gotten very good at profiting well beyond the price of your ticket. In 2025, the global cruise industry pulled in $72.5 billion, up nearly 8% over the year before. For a company like Carnival, roughly a third of that revenue didn't come from your fare. It came from what you spent after you boarded. That works out to around $91 per passenger per day in onboard charges alone. Today, I'm walking you through 15 secret ripoffs that can empty your wallet in 2026, what each one actually costs, and what I personally do instead to keep hundreds of dollars where they belong. And one of these is genuinely debated among cruisers. I'll tell you where I land, but I want to hear from you in the comments. While Royal Caribbean matches this trend with a 30% onboard revenue benchmark, your exposure to these daily charges begins the moment you step into the dining room. Many passengers bring their own wine to save money. If you drink it in your cabin, it is completely free. But the moment you bring that bottle to a public restaurant, you trigger a corkage fee, $15 on Royal Caribbean and Carnival, $20 on Holland America, and $25 on Celebrity. Ignore online claims of $40 fees. Published rates actually top out at $25. To bypass this, simply uncork and pour the wine in your cabin, then walk right into dinner carrying your pre-filled glass. Once seated, you will face another trap: premium menu upcharges embedded within your otherwise free meal, like Royal Caribbean charging $16.99 for an extra lobster tail. My rule is simple: ignore the upsells entirely and stick to the excellent included menu. Look closely at the actual limits of these beverage packages. Take the Celebrity Classic package, which caps covered drinks at $12. On sisterline Royal Caribbean, standard cocktails run between $11 and $14. If you order a $14 signature cocktail, you pay the difference plus an 18% gratuity on that overage. If you do this a few times a day over a 7-night sailing, that tiny gap quickly adds up to an extra $200 billed to your stateroom. The baseline cost of a standalone package is a massive hurdle. These packages cost anywhere from $85 to $120 per person per day, with Celebrity Classic priced right around $90. And don't forget the cabin rule. If you buy a package on Royal Caribbean, every legal age adult sharing your cabin must buy one too. My rule of thumb? Skip the standalone package on port-heavy trips where you spend most of your day on land. However, promotional bundles like Princess Plus or Holland America's Have It All can actually make financial sense because they combine drinks with other daily necessities. Do you always buy the drink package, or do you prefer to pay as you go? Tell me in the comments below. Forgetfulness on board is incredibly expensive. Simple bottled water costs $4 to $5, while forgotten basic items like sunscreen or ibuprofen will run you double or triple what they cost on land. But the real convenience tax waits at the ship's medical center. Basic first aid runs $150 to $300. Office hour consultations start near $200, and after-hours emergencies cost up to $600. These charges post directly to your cabin account, and Medicare will not cover shipboard treatment. I avoid this entirely by packing a $15 pharmacy kit with antibiotic cream, blister bandages, antihistamines, seasickness medication, and pain relievers. Shore excursions are massive profit centers for cruise lines, while independent local operators frequently run the exact same tours for nearly half the price. Whenever we highlight these independent options, we ensure every savings claim is fully documented, and any sponsor relationship is clearly disclosed. The real premium you pay with a cruise line excursion is the ship will wait guarantee. If an independent tour runs late, the ship departs without you. My rule of thumb is simple. When booking on your own, always keep a strict 2-hour buffer before the scheduled all-aboard time. Back on board, specialty dining presents another premium trap, with basic cover charges now climbing past $60 per person. Worse, Carnival, Princess, and Holland America raised their specialty dining service charges to 20% in 2026. Ordering a wine pairing adds another expensive layer of fees, prompting many cruisers to skip these restaurants entirely. To bypass this, I recommend booking just one specialty night pre-cruise, or checking embarkation night promotions for 10 to 30% savings. Onboard spa treatments typically cost 30% more than comparable services on land. On top of that base price, automatic spa gratuities add an 18 to 20% layer, with Royal Caribbean applying a flat 20% salon fee. To bypass these markups, look for port day or dinner hour specials, negotiate multi-treatment packages, and use my rule of thumb. Tell the therapist before they start that you are not interested in buying retail products. However, a weekly thermal suite pass is the one wellness purchase that actually delivers value when divided across 7 days, especially if you use it during early mornings, late nights, or port days. These fees lead directly into the broader gratuity stack that hits your bill on embarkation day. On April 2nd, 2026, Carnival's daily auto gratuities rise to $17 standard and $19 for suites. Royal Caribbean charges $18.50 and $21, while Holland America's rates rise to $18 and $20 on June 1st, 2026. Norwegian charges $20 and $25, and Celebrity charges $18 and $23. These stack with 18% on bar bills and 20% on spa and specialty dining. My ethical recommendation is to complain to guest services about failed service rather than casually cutting auto gratuities, especially since some lines no longer permit you to remove them at all. Modern Starlink internet makes connection at sea fast, but the pricing remains highly volatile. Royal Caribbean's Voom Surf Plus stream has a median price of $19.99 per night, but ranges from $17.99 to nearly $40. That means a 7-night sailing costs $126 on one ship and $279 on another for identical service. Onboard, a single 24-hour pass runs $34.99, while Norwegian's streaming option hits $39.99 per day. My rule is to buy pre-cruise, as 95% of planner rates beat onboard prices. Or buy one multi-device plan to share, use cheap land-based eSIMs in port, or purchase a prorated package mid-cruise. Onboard shops push duty-free deals, but duty-free simply means no import tax, not the lowest price. Before buying any watch or jewelry, check the price on your phone. I always do. You can often negotiate on high-ticket items or ask for loyalty discounts. Those recommended port shopping talks simply reflect paid commercial relationships with the cruise line, though the stores themselves are rarely outright scams. In the casino, remember that earning free future cruises is just prepaying for your next trip. Treat gambling as entertainment, never an income source, and expect bingo to be a guaranteed loss. Have you ever bought jewelry on board? Tell me below. Private cabanas run hundreds or thousands of dollars, making sense only when split by a group. For arrivals, cruise transfers are easily beaten on price by a taxi or Uber if you travel with others, though you must still never fly in on sailing day. Royal Caribbean's The Key averages $29 a day, sometimes hitting $69. That is $9 a day more than standard Wi-Fi, or $63 extra a week for minor perks. If you only want priority boarding, skip it. Regular guests board just minutes later. Cabin upgrade bids run from $500 to $4,000. Always compare these bids against a straight paid upgrade first. Buying the upgrade directly is often cheaper, especially when jumping from a balcony to a suite. The modern cruise is no longer just a ship, it is a carefully designed floating economy. Ultimately, the power rests with you to step on board knowing exactly where to draw the line. Protect your wallet and subscribe for more consumer-savvy travel guides.